Hi, hello there, welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where in today's video I'm going to go over my final numbers for my May 2026 budget. So if you are interested in seeing how the month of May wrapped up for me, because I've already received my June paycheck, then please stick around, please like and subscribe, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So, here at the upper left hand corner I have my net income. So we have my income here from my 9 to 5 job, my income here from my second job, and then my estimated pay in red. I had estimated to receive $550 after taxes were taken out, but then more taxes were taken out than what I initially thought because the taxes were taken out based on my tip income, which I'm not upset about. So, this paycheck that I received this past Tuesday was $518.03. And I do not report to my second job, my first job's, not my first 9 to 5 job income. So, this is going to help me in the long run because I'll actually need to contribute even more than what I did. I contributed a little bit over $30 for this week's paycheck to my federal income taxes, and I'll need to contribute more than that. But that's why I am not upset about, the extra taxes being taken out. And I received $518.03. I'm just going to put second check. I receive a check every single week, every single Tuesday, I believe. I receive a check. Hopefully soon it'll be a direct deposit once my the direct deposit information goes through with the company. But this will be my first time ever getting paid weekly. I've only been paid either monthly, bi-weekly, or twice a month. So let's move down now that we have my adjusted budget income numbers. So as you can see here, that means my income and expenses is short $31.97. So I'm just going to go ahead and subtract that because I want this all to be a zero-based budget or as close to it. So for week 5, the final week of May for me, I received negative $30 from work, or I'm say that I was paid $30 from work because I had to pay $10 for transit to take the public transportation, and then I paid another $5 to pre-purchase some public transportation tickets. That was $15. But then I received a refund of $40 for the month of January because I get reimbursed my public transportation transit, and then $5 for one of the times that I traveled in December. So that's why you see the negative number there, is because I was reimbursed. And I like to put my reimbursements in the line item for that expense and not in my income total. Starting in July, instead of paying for a public transportation each day, I will be just paying for the monthly pass. The monthly pass is more expensive for the government, the taxpayers, but I've already started receiving reimbursements. This is for my public transportation. This is now my third reimbursement that I've received, and I was just told on Thursday that they're now changing it. I need to now provide even more documentation to prove that I took public transportation to work, even though I sit right next to the travel tube, so they see me, but they said that they're doing that for everyone, that going forward for everyone now, they need to provide more transportation proof, documented proof that they took public transportation. So that's fine, just because it's more work for me, I'm just going to do the easier thing, which is buy a monthly pass, which is $100, instead of buying the daily pass, which would have only been $40 a month. So I'm going to update my budget to negative $150 here. And as you can see there, I already have additional $40 to add, but I'll mess with that in a second. So now we're going to move down to my next expense. So food out. I was not planning on buying any food out this week. at my Tuesday job where I worked in concessions, I took home 2 burritos. The next day I ate those 2 burritos, and then I was still hungry. Normally that one burrito would have lasted me and filled me the entire day. But I was so hungry on Tuesday, I overate at work. I had salads, I had pretzels, I had churros, I had 7 tacos. I was just eating so much. And then on Wednesday I was hungry again. And then I ended up eating out. I bought some Hawaiian food, took 4 bites, and instantly became so full I was nauseous. And then the next day on Thursday, which was yesterday, I was still so nauseous, and I bought myself a Sprite to help with the carbonation because I was so nauseous from overeating, even though my body did not register that I was eating. I was starving, and then as soon as I took 3-4 bites of Hawaiian food, I was full. So yeah, anyways, that is why I went over budget in my food out category. Then, moving down to my tithing in church, I put $45, just like how I have been every week this month. Then my applied to deck section, I haven't added yet, but it'll be whatever's left over. Then my savings, I sent $100 to my Ally high yield savings account. I had just been putting everything into my Chase checking account, or maybe it's my Chase savings account, I can't remember. But I finally just decided to transfer it over to my Ally. I had a SoFi, and they wouldn't let me open a high yield savings account right away. And so when I called, the person was just reading off a script. They wouldn't answer my question. And in reading off the script, they told me that I would not be able to receive the high interest, I think it was like 4% at that time. And just because they couldn't answer my question, I was like, no, I can't have SoFi. So I technically still have the account. I need to close it, but I'm using Ally. Alright, so now let me adjust my budget here for income minus expenses. So that's $25 that I now need to add over here. Alright, so I should be putting $2,305.28 to my debt overall, which means that I should be putting $886.07 in debt for this week. If you've watched my previous end of month wrap up budget monthly videos, I've always had more than what it shows here. This is the first month where I have less than. And I have gone through. I don't know what happened. I have only $80.66 left in my account. I don't know where that extra, here it would be $4.99 went. I think I got 1 cent for interest, so it's $5. Maybe I'm not counting a $5 purchase on my work expense, maybe? I'd have to double check. I've already gone through and I believe I've counted everything, but I obviously have not counted or found everything since I'm $5 short. But until I can figure out where that extra money is, and this time it's extra money, but in previous months it's missing money or less money. I don't know how to explain it, but even though I always tried to have a zero-based budget and I tried to calculate every single expense, it never ends up being exactly $0 budget. And since it's only $5, I never worry too much about it. But what I like to do is I like to copy my actual spending, and then I go here to my 2026 plan, and I go under May, and I paste it, and then I make it turn black. And this is my spending for the entire month of May, and then I can see how my spending is doing for the entire year. So I can compare it against what my actual salary is, to my goals, to my actual spending here. What's red is just what's predicted. And then what I also need to do is copy over my income because that's also different. Oh. You paste the values only. Yes, it's different because it's higher than what I projected because of starting my second job. And I already can see my next week's paycheck, and it's almost $1,000. So that will help a lot just from working 6 days at my second job. So almost $1,000 just for week 1. What I'll probably take home will be $780. Because yes, with the taxes and tips, it'll be $978. But knowing that I have probably $750 coming in, once you account for taxes, it makes reaching my goals a lot more accomplishable for this year. So, this is it. This is my May 2026 monthly wrap-up of how I budgeted. So thank you for following along. If you stayed to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join this financial journey with me. So hit subscribe, click the like, and leave a comment down below if you would like. In tomorrow's video, I will set up my June monthly budget. And until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.